Welcome, everyone. My name is James P. Madonna. I'm with my co-host here, the one and only Ronnie S. from Clearwater, Florida. And
Hello,
Ronnie,
hello,
I
hello.
take it you're doing well. This was a sperm of the moment show. It is, it is the early afternoon, Thursday,
Yep,
October 21st, 2020,
21,
21,
21.
2021. I'm trying to figure out.
Almost 2022.
Almost 2020. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. It is
not too
almost
far
20.
away.
I wanna do a scrolling marquee. Let me see. All right, I'll pick this one. There you go. All right, let's see who's here. Now we have, who is this? Trevor S.
Welcome,
Let me
Trevor
see.
S.
Yeah, welcome, Trevor S. Let me see who Trevor S. is.
He's got
I'm on the phone.
the same first letter in his
Yeah, how
last name.
about that? What's up, man? Really been enjoying Paul Manthea's take on the whole Gabby Moab Police Department. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's very hard hitting, very revealing. With the claim of remains found, maybe being Brian, does this change anything? Curious to get your guys' take on it. Well, my take on it, before Ronnie says something, my take on it is I hope that Brian Laundrie remembered to put his notebook in a Ziploc freezer bag, which is water resistant. So if he wrote any tidbits in there, like exactly what happened, play-by-play action, the ink would not be
Nobody has a
smeared by
diary these days.
the water. Well, this guy, well, dorky people write diaries, and Brian Laundrie does look a bit dorky.
I
But
don't think he has a diary, James.
but they found a notebook in his backpack. Now,
Right.
since it was underwater, the remains, and it was near his possessions, there's a good chance the remains are him. And if they want to really help the FBI, hopefully Brian encased the notebook in a Ziploc freezer bag to keep the water from destroying his testimony. I mean testimony. Testimony.
Hmm.
Okay, we have a guest. Let's see. Let's see who this is.
Now, I've
Now
been
I'm on the.
saying this since, I just want to throw in there,
Yeah, sure.
since he went on that little excursion and disappeared, I said he was going to show up eaten by a gator.
Yes.
So has that
Now,
been ruled out yet? How?
uh, well, let's see what the autopsy, because they're very high tech with the autopsies nowadays and DNA and all that. Uh, now,
You know, those Florida Gators don't play around, man. You're gonna
oh
go
no
and
no.
escape
Oh,
to one
they
of those sanctuary
they're
wildlife
big, and
places.
they're big, and they have quite an appetite.
Hmm.
Now, people don't realize there's an American saltwater crocodile that lives in South Florida around the mangroves, where the water is brackish or it's salty,
Yeah.
and they're not small either. Now, the thing is, what bothers me is I'm watching CNN, and everybody they interviewed, they all blamed Brian for the murder of Gabby Petito. Now, didn't they take into account how bizarre and unprofessional the cops behaved when they approached the vehicle, and the things that the cops said? He
Well,
kept.
CNN, they're just trying to push the mainstream diagnosis or whatever. So they don't really care. The story is that he killed this girl, and that's what they're gonna stick with, right?
Yeah, we got, who's this?
That's the
The
same guy.
Commodore.
Oh, you're looking
Oh,
at you gotta put the comment up.
yeah, there's a guy. It's a private chat. It says, "Hey James, I just got back from the gym. He's called the Commodore, and he says testimony.
Hmm.
Uh, 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 oh, I wonder if that's Jeff. Hold on. Let me see. Hey, Bart Robinson, which is not to be confused with Mrs. Robinson from the old song. Good afternoon, James and Ronnie. Got to head out for an appointment, but we'll definitely watch the replay. Oh, thank you, Bart. Thank you, Bart.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the Commodore. Oh, that's the Commodore. Ah, Jeff Zambello is with us. Ah,
Hey, Jeff.
yeah. Let me bring him in there. Jeff, do you hear me?
Commodore.
Hold on. What's going on here? You got your make
He
sure
just
your
got back from the
microphone.
gym.
Make sure your microphone's not muted.
It's not.
Testicle Moni.
It would have
You hear me? You hear me, Mr. Zambello? Check to make sure your microphone.
Commodore.
Make sure your microphone and speaker is not muted. Your microphone, especially.
Oh, he's at work.
But he's been on. When he goes on video, that means he could talk.
That's not what he said in the private chat.
Yeah, just see what he said. Anything? There's a comments. If you go to the Progressive Discussions YouTube channel on the upper right, there's the comments box. If you want to give me a
comment.
Write the comments there, because testicle Moni. I mean, private chat. Let's see. You can't use your microphone.
No, he's at work.
Oh, all right. So go to the comments section on the.
So we can see
YouTube
him, but we can't hear him.
We can't hear him. Actually, I can barely see him. He looks like he's mini me. He looks like a midget. Jeff.
We get to see his beautiful head there and his glasses.
There you go. Gotta love him. The Commodore is here. Okay. Now
the Commodore is a type of alligator, isn't it? Or crocodile?
No, it's a military rank that is only applies to wartime, like in the Navy. In the Navy,
it's a Navy term.
It's a Navy. It's an officer that is higher than captain, but they only exist during wartime.
But I think it has something to do with gators or crocs. Also, there's a sub one called a Commodore, I believe. That's where they got the name Commodore from. I think
it's possible. You ever see the albino caiman that they're selling on these reptile websites now? They're farm raised albino caiman. They still can bite you and hurt you. I don't care how small they are. Hey, look who it is, Nina Yordi on the night shift.
The day shift.
On the night. Night shift.
The day shift.
No.
Well, our night shift for her is her day shift. So this would be her night shift. Because she works nights, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's why we haven't seen Nina Yordi lately. She got a graveyard shift job. Anyway, this is Shootin' the Shit, which was invented by an old friend of mine, retired Passaic County police officer Jimmy Liguori. And he came up with the idea of shooting the shit, except his idea was everyone had to sit on the toilet and do the live stream from their toilet bowl.
Did you ever do that?
No. That would be interesting.
Would you be interested in that, Jeff?
If I did that, remember, it's on the internet, that might tarnish any future serious shows that I do, right? That would tarnish my reputation. Oh, Trevor Essay.
Something about Biden's
Hey, how come I can't? There you go.
Female
like
admiral.
Biden's new female admiral that has a penis.
Is that true? Is that true?
I don't know.
I know that the Secretary of Health is a guy that says that he's a woman, and he looks hideous. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, what a
The big
ugly
fat guy.
motherfucker. Oh
That
yeah, ugly. Ooh, he's
that
a
guy's a
two bagger.
disgrace.
You need a bag for your head and a bag for his head in case his bag falls off.
Yeah. And the worst part is that he's the Secretary of Health. The guy is
Health.
fat. He's disgusting.
Remember Janet Reno? How ugly she was for a
He's got like
lesbian.
3 chins. This fucking guy. I forget his name.
And he's the Secretary of Health.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hold
Imagine
on.
that, James. Imagine.
Imagine that. I'll tell you. Anything could happen on Shooting the Ship, by the way. Didn't know you were from Jersey. Jersey Shore here. Oh, really? My brother lives in Brick, which is right by Point Pleasant Beach.
I've been
And
to
yeah,
Jersey Shore.
they named him an admiral now. Oh, jeez.
So we're talking about the same person, the health secretary.
I guess. You know,
Elaborate, Trevor.
we should, Ronnie, we should give out honorary PhDs first to
We got a
ourselves.
fart doctor already.
Well, Fart Doctor, I was waiting for him for Sunday's show, and he had some really heavy duty consumer stories to tell, and I was waiting for him, and he said he wanted to come on video for the first time, but Fart Doctor never showed up. But everybody,
cold feet, you know, it's not
well,
easy the first time.
he either got, in other words, to break that live stream internet cherry, to bust that cherry.
Yep.
Is not easy.
So James, Jeff is trying to comment on YouTube.
Hold on. Trevor S is giving
person,
some.
okay.
Yeah, same person, and about 20 minutes north. Oh, you're 20 minutes. Oh, so you might be in Monmouth County, not Ocean County. You might be in Monmouth, Trevor S. Bart Robertson. I'm about an hour from Sea Island City. Now, I've been to Little Egg Harbor. I think you might be east of Little Egg Harbor. Exactly right, Trevor S. say. Confucius say. Exactly right. Let me see if there's any. Yeah, don't put your comments, Commodore Jeff Zambello, in the private section, because I got to go back and forth. You're giving me more work. Yeah, you see, he's giving me private. I'm going back and forth.
No, but he said, if you read it, he said he's trying to comment, but he can't.
It won't let you. No, you got to go to the Progressive Discussions YouTube channel to comment, and in the upper right you'll see the comment box. So you have to go. Besides being here, you have to also go to your browser.
Places at one time.
Right, you got to go to your browser, and then go to my page on YouTube, and you'll see the comments box. It's in like the upper right. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to get too much into the Gabby Petito thing, but the Moab police and the Utah police, they behave very strange and unprofessional in what they said to them.
Rock and Paul, was his diagnosis that she was killed by the police?
Yeah, and he did some research, and the Utah police, and it's supposed to be there's supposed to be a religious zealot state, you know, very very devout.
Mormons over there.
Right, Mormons, but there are satanic cults.
They don't have multiple wives anymore. They used to. That's what they did before.
Hold on. Now my voice is echoing back at me, and it shouldn't be doing that.
The Commodore muted himself. Or did you mute him?
No, I didn't mute him at all.
That looks like that fixed the echoing.
Yeah. Yeah, they were very unprofessional.
You have to mute so you have to tell him he has to mute YouTube. You have to have YouTube on in a separate window, but you have to.
Yeah, you got to mute if you're gonna comment. If you see you're listening, your video is live with us, so you hear us from StreamYard, but you have to mute
You have to mute
the
YouTube.
live screen on
Yeah,
YouTube.
and then you can comment on there, but just keep it muted.
Right. So yes, I see you. Yes, I see you. Yes, I see you. You also can add your avatar. You know, like a lovely photo of you swinging the kettlebell, or with that blue shirt. You could add any avatar you want, but that's not important right now. Okay. Now, there are
Mhm.
satanic cults
In Utah?
yeah, that some of these cops belong to, and
So it's not
they don't.
because
They're
they're
not.
Mormon. You think it's because they're Satanists that
No,
that brought
no, no.
possibly the
They're
killed her?
well. They could be using that. They don't come out and say they're devout Mormons. There are certain tattoos, symbols that they had on their hand, which were all the same, which is connected to a satanic cult.
Oh, so it has nothing to
And
do with Mormonism. It's
no, no, no,
specific.
no. And the way they approached the car on the passenger side, and
Mhm.
brought the guy kept bringing up his ex-wife has anxiety, and
Oh, I didn't even see that.
and he was mocking.
Is
He
this the
was
video that was like an hour long on
yeah, he was
the cops camera?
he was profiling women,
Yeah.
as comparing it to Gabby, to his ex-wife, and it
Okay.
was
Okay.
just very strange. But
So what
anyway,
do you
without
think?
get
What do you think Brian's role was it in this whole thing then?
well, he could be the guy they
They,
framed, and
yeah, they set him up. Like I
they
guess so.
said,
He was fighting with
yeah,
her, and they exploited that he was fighting
yes.
to make him look bad.
Look at this. Utah and Wyoming have the largest number of cults in the country. Wow.
I thought
So
Florida
so
did.
so Rockin' Paul Manthea might really be on to all this with his hard-hitting live streams.
Hmm.
Just like the Bloods and the Crips, the way they use symbolism. Oh, okay, gotcha. The gangs with symbolism, right? Now,
Well, what's the difference of a gang and a cult when it comes down to it?
yeah, there's very little difference, right? It
I mean, that
involves
gang member is actually supposed to be loyal enough to die for the gang.
right, like
So
like the mob.
yeah, yeah.
So you are dedicating and devoting your life to a specific organization, a cause, and it's a form of fanaticism.
And
Anybody,
you're willing to die for it.
yeah, right, exactly, and
Now,
it's a
people say
form of
a church is a cult. Like say the
well,
Roman
look at
Catholic
the
Church is a cult, but I disagree because they have martyrs. They have martyrs, but you are not really called to be a martyr, per se. So they're
no,
not asking you to die, And if you're in a gang
it's
or if you're in a cult, they say, if it push comes to shove, you got to put your life on the line.
well, you're a soldier to that cult.
Right.
With the Catholic Church, it's pretty much voluntary. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to do anything. I
Hmm.
mean, I was raised Catholic, and nobody. I mean, there are zealots, there are self-righteous, sanctimonious zealots in every religion that think they have a backbone to God, which they don't. So I've seen them in non-denominational churches. I've seen them in Protestant churches. I've seen them in Catholic churches. They talk, in other words, they talk a lot of shit, and like a lot of fanatics on social media talk a lot of shit, and they're not well-rounded people. You can't talk about other subjects with them at all.
Fanatics,
Um, yeah,
like
fanatics.
the beer fanatics,
Yeah, the booze hounds.
booze hounds.
I had a friend of mine quit my private Facebook Messenger music group because he's heavily into heavy metal, and he didn't like all the dance music I played, most likely.
He should
And
join the
he
rock and roll group.
Well, why didn't he send me a message? Being that he's a longtime friend of mine, why didn't he send me a message and explain to me? And I would have said, "Hey, man, you could post all the heavy metal music videos you want. don't stop anybody from posting the music they like. The genres as they call it.
Yeah.
Post away. It's not. I never said it was a disco or dance club group. You see, this is the problem.
Yeah.
There's a communication problem with people today. People
Well, the,
don't
the
know
name of
how
the
to.
group is Music for Bluetooth Speakers, right?
Right. So whatever you like, I don't care if it's 1920s blues or Dixieland jazz, but whatever you like, post it.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
never
cool.
said it was
That's cool.
exclusively.
So open music, whatever.
Yeah. But instead of communicating with me privately and saying, look, is your group, am I allowed to post heavy metal, rock, or what? I says, post. I would say, post away. Nobody's stopping. You don't have to quit
Did
without
he think
sending.
he couldn't do that?
He didn't do it. A lot of people just quit instead of messaging me.
Maybe he was
And
just annoyed at the stuff that was being posted by other people.
well,
The music they were
I
posting.
mean, nothing stops him from posting what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Look at people that quit uh, quit anything. You, without communication, not everybody could be a mind reader, and just I don't censor people. I'm not going to mock you for posting a music video uh, of something that you like. I mean, if it's music, that's what it's about. You like it. You're willing to listen to it on your Bluetooth speaker, and
Now, what if you don't listen to it on a Bluetooth speaker?
well, then listen to it however you want. Like, this is my wireless Bluetooth speaker. It has that digital surround sound to it, and it's rechargeable. And believe me, it sounds like an expensive stereo. I love it, but you pencil neck geeks that run StreamYard, I wish I could gnaw on your forehead like Freddie Blassie, you little weasel. It's not compatible with StreamYard.
Well, you want to
I
use a
want to.
speaker for the show, James?
Well, I wanted to try it, but this works pretty good
Yeah.
because I could whisper like Joe Biden. American, nothing does stop.
He does.
Nobody
He does. By
should.
the end of his speech, he's exhausted. All he does is
Nobody,
whisper. It's crazy. Why does he
nobody,
fucking whisper?
nobody should underestimate Americans. I could be close and yell. I could be backwards and yell. I could whisper.
What he does is he goes closer into the mic and then he whispers, but you still can't hear him.
Yeah, because he loses his energy. He loses his vitality. He needs Geritol or something. He needs
Well, I know they're
a
drugging
good
him up with some shit, man. That's how they get
he
him out
needs
there.
a good multivitamin like Nature's Way Alive for men over 50. He needs a good tonic. I don't know what doctors are doing with him. I bet they're drugging him up, and
No, they
his
are.
nutrition
They give him some kind of fucking drugs before he goes out there and does a speech
and
or
his nutritional
any
intake
public appearance.
is garbage. It's nothing but garbage. You have to stutter and forget your thought mid-sentence. Oh, like this. I have a story to tell you, an experience that happened this week. Hold on. I got a brain fart. I forgot the story. Yeah, that's probably what he means. Now, what
Well,
does Commodore say?
I do think he kind of puts on a bit of a show where he makes us think that he's a little more oblivious than he really is. I
Well,
do
he
think
was.
he knows
Yeah.
something. He kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, but he was great last night. I have to ring the red bell for Joe Biden. He was right on target last night. God
I
God
can't
bless
say I
him.
have the privilege of seeing that.
Camel Toe Harris. You mean the giggler,
Yeah,
Kamala Harris? The giggler. Every time she talks, if somebody
Does
asks
she
her a
really have a
question,
camel toe a lot? I haven't even noticed that.
I don't look that way on her. She's when somebody asks a question she don't care for, she giggles.
She laughs a lot. Yeah, she
Yeah.
laughs. Weird ass fucking laugh. Yeah. It's like it's a really uncomfortable laugh that she does.
Asparagus makes my urine stink, Commodore Jeff Zambello. Hyena Harris. Hey, I like that. It has a good ring to it. Hyena Harris. How about that?
It's different though because hyenas laugh all the time. She doesn't laugh all
No,
the time. She only laughs stupid like that when she gets
listen.
really nervous.
I will tell you something about hyenas, because on Shootin' the Shit, you can learn anything. When hyenas laugh, it doesn't mean they're in a good mood and they're happy. It means that they want to attack you and eat you alive. Hyenas will eat their prey
Yeah,
alive.
that's when they're happy when they're about to attack
That's,
and eat.
in other words, it's an
Yeah.
evil laugh. It's an evil. Anything
Yeah.
like a prey mantis eats
But hyenas
their
are
prey.
an evil animal.
Yeah,
They're
well,
fucking
prey
vultures.
mantis will eat its prey alive,
Yeah,
starting with the head
predators
first. A
a
hyena.
dog will eat a bug alive.
Yeah, well, a hyena has the power in its jaws to crush bone. Just think about that. A pit bull terrier cannot do that. Oh, don't worry, Jeff Zambello. Listen, as long as I see your comment and post your comment, that's what counts.
That's what really matters here.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. But anyway, let me tell you a story. Not about a man named Jed. Let me tell you what happened. I placed an order on an app called Drizzly, where you can have liquor, wine, beer, hard liquor, delivered to your residence. All right, it's been working somewhat. It wasn't the app's fault. It was all these damn mom and pop retail liquor stores in my area, and I wish to God that Walmart, Trader Joe's, and there was a Total Wine in my area. But I have to deal. They're protecting all these mom and pop stores, and they suck, because when they run low, they wait until they're completely out of stock before they even contemplate reordering. These are the managers that run these liquor stores. Yesterday, there were lots of glitches with Drizzly, and I was blaming Drizzly, but the problem was the Indian guy that ran the liquor store. He had nobody. He had no replacement to make deliveries, and he's complaining to me that he had to cancel 40 Drizzly deliveries, 40 customers he lost, because I says, well, why did you lose them? He blamed Drizzly. And then I found out, he told me, oh, my driver's not here. Well, why are you blaming Drizzly? You know, Indian men, they really push my buttons for some reason. It's like, you know, you walk into a fucking 7-Eleven, you know, and they're following you around and staring at you like you're going to shoplift from them. And I caught them rubbing the expiration date off the bottles. I caught them red-handed.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards. Hold on. Commodore has a big thing to say. The StreamYard is synchronized perfectly, but I am writing from YouTube, which is delayed. Question: don't worry about the delay. Is the delay caused by the censorship team at Google and YouTube corporations? Anything's possible on the internet. You know, it's like you're out at sea, and you got the sails up, and then all of a sudden a storm comes by. You got to lower the sails unexpectedly. That's how it is. It's, you know, it's not like written in stone. It's like totally logical. So this Indian guy, let me call him Apu from The Simpsons for now. He fucking, you know, I don't like some of these delivery guys either, because they hire these a lot of these Dominican or Hispanic guys they look Dominican, that they don't speak English hardly at all, and they don't bring my shipment to my door. They expect me to walk out in the street and go pick it up because they're too fucking lazy to get out of the car and bring my shipment to the door. Now, I reported that
Isn't
also.
bringing it to the door part of the deal? When you get
Yes,
the
I'm
app?
paying. Listen, when you buy liquor, you're paying a premium price. You're paying top dollar.
Especially if they're
Okay,
going to deliver it. Yeah.
right. Then there's $4.99 delivery charge.
Yeah.
Then there's the New Jersey liquor tax.
Sales
New
tax.
Jersey's
Yeah.
got more fucking they got more fucking sales taxes than you. I mean, if you get a
New Jersey
permit,
has the highest income tax in the country,
oh yeah.
and the highest real estate taxes. New
When I
Jersey
used
is
to do a lot,
the highest tax state.
when I used to do a lot of fishing, they had to get a permit for freshwater fishing. They taxed everything.
Hmm.
Even to trap bait fish with a net, you have to get a special permit. There's a permit for everything in Jersey. And of course, it's probably saturated with lawyers. But anyway, you're not paying. It's not you can't expect discounts when you're dealing with liquor in the retail business. You're not. They fuck you over. Probably because they got all these housewives and women with curlers in their hair and they're overweight, protesting. Mothers against drunk driving. And they got all these lobbying groups protesting. So this is the reason why there's only 3 Trader Joe's in New Jersey that are allowed to have liquor departments. All the Trader Joe's nationwide can have liquor departments, and Walmart can have liquor departments. What the fuck? You know what? You don't like it. You don't drink. You're a fat, out of shape homemaker with curlers in your hair. Your kid is too stupid to know how to cross the street. Where meanwhile, when I was a kid, we learned how to cross the street. Or they drink, or they drive like a retard. For God's sakes, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. Why do I have to pay the price in aggravation and expense because of these individuals, that have kids? Hey, same thing with internet. With locks on the internet, child internet protection. It's not my problem. There's a lot of people that have kids that are grown up or they have no kids at all. Why should they have to suffer because you have young kids? It's not our problem. Go fuck yourselves. All right, hold on. Commodore say, I got to catch up with Commodore. Commodore says, Confucius say, the StreamYard is synchronized perfectly, but I'm right. Oh, no, he said that already. All right, we go to the next.
I thought he said that already.
Yeah, all right, James, I have a scratch in the middle of my forehead aimed at the censorship team at YouTube and the spirit of community standards. Oh, we're going to get into that. Hold on. I got an itch. This is what I have to say about community standards on social media. If somebody gets offended, change the channel. Nobody's forcing you to read someone else's comment or watch someone's program. Okay, no one's forcing you. Censorship is bad. Babu. Oh yeah, Babu is from Seinfeld. He's
Babu.
the Pakistani, the censor at YouTube, who works part-time at a mom and pop corner convenience store. Trevor say, thank Phil Murphy for that. Well, Phil Murphy's a Wall Street boy. He's very wealthy. I can't understand why he ran as a progressive Democrat. The guy's a Wall Street man. One of the things that pisses me off about corner convenience stores is the double parking, especially in the winter when the streets are slippery with ice, snow, and slush. All right. there's only one good thing about a small Main Street mom and pop store. One thing, they quite often have expertise in the products they sell. Where if you go to let's say you go to a Petco, the people there are retail employees. They don't know shit from Shinola about how to take care of an animal. They really don't, and they don't care because they're not paid that much. So, that's the only thing. But for God's sakes, if you're running low on something that sells, you're supposed to reorder it. All right, I'm drinking Ship Bottom Swell Dorado Double IPA from Ship Bottom from the Jersey Shore, which is near Beach Haven, Island Beach State Park. Okay, it's pretty decent. 8.5% alcohol by volume. All right. I'm sure the gentleman that lives near the Jersey Shore knows it well. Beach Haven. If you're running low on something that sells, reorder it. Reorder it. Of course, the person, for some reason, a certain friend of mine doesn't join my live stream shows because they're very religiously devout, and they probably feel that my lack of censorship and the fact that my shows are not rated G for general audience, that if they appear on my show, maybe they think they won't win any brownie points and get into heaven, which is their choice. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. There are lots of zealots out there. Let's see what we got here. Trying to keep up with all this. Phil Murphy, because his son is a pillhead. Inside sources from Middletown, New Jersey. The same thing with the other guy, the other Democrat that was a governor of New Jersey, John Corzine. He was another Wall Street boy. Goldman Sachs. I think both of them were Goldman Sachs people running as progressive Democrats. You figure that out. Hey, those fatso ladies with curlers in their hair are the first ones to ask, are you established? Well, women, single mothers that have minors as children, they like to ask immediately what kind of job the man has, from a dating app. They want it because they think that you have an obligation to take on the role as a surrogate daddy for someone else's children. When meanwhile, it is not your responsibility to become an instant daddy for their children. Just because a woman spreads her legs and, she acts like the vagina is more valuable than the penis and testicles. Well, I got news for you. You're not better than us men. And a man should not have to sell his soul just because you are providing sex to him. And he doesn't have to take care of your damn crumb-crunching rugrats either. You got a problem supporting the kids, get a good lawyer and go after the father and get the child support that you deserve. Don't be expecting some nude boyfriend to become the instant daddy of your kids. That's right. That's right. Corporatism. These are establishment corporate whore Democrats that we're talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm working from the phone. I'm working from the phone, so my wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I have it with me. Yeah, I have it with me, Commodore Jeff Zambello. Private chat. Well, where are you? You want to comment on the screen, but it won't let me. No, you got to go. You got to go to my YouTube channel, Progressive Discussions, and then the upper right. Oh, you just did. Wait a minute. Oh, you're in the waiting room? How come it's not showing me? Oh, there we go. Hold on. There you are. Okay. Ronnie S. and Jeff Zambello. I have the one and only Ronald J. Tirio, the legendary Ronald J. Tirio is here.
I heard somebody calling for. I heard somebody was calling for zealots, so I hurried up and joined.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I have a sarcastic sense of humor. I don't mean any harm by it.
I hope this hangout is rated G.
Hey, Ronnie S, look who's here. Oh, wait a minute. The Commodore say. Confucius say.
Ronnie
Commodore
S,
say.
get your Ronnie.
Where are you? Where'd he go? He went to get more. He went to get a bottle of hooch. Commodore say, "Hey, Ronnie in Louisiana, good to see you live." Now Jeff Zambello is a devout conservative Republican, so you can feel free to say anything that tickles his fancy.
I'm a Democrat, but
well, I'm not 100% left wing, because I think that the wall, now that the Border Patrol is being severely overwhelmed now, I think, and the fact that they started the wall, I think they should finish the wall. I mean, finish the wall.
Yeah, we went down there. We went down there and inspected the wall 3 years ago, and it was partially built. It seemed kind of nice, you know, big old wall.
Yeah.
It ran behind some people's backyards. It was kind of funny. You see their house, their backyard, and they don't have to build a. I told my friend David, I said they don't have to build a fence because the government built a fence behind their house.
They don't have to worry about a stockade fence. That's right. That is right. So now the government built it for them. How about that?
They just have to build the two sides, east and west of the river. You know what I mean? The east side and the west side.
Yeah.
Not the south.
Well, I would definitely have a hen house built, because I think you can't see in the Northeast. I mean, by me, if you built a hen house, why are people trying to send income calls? Oh, it's a spam. I'm gonna decline. Yeah, a spammer doesn't. No, I'm doing a live stream. Yeah, so if you build a hen house, they'll accuse you of having livestock. Oh, what happened? Ronnie S disappeared. They'll accuse you of having livestock and fine you. Like you can't say to them, okay, I'm a resident of Bergen County, New Jersey, and I am sick and tired of cutting the grass in front of my house. So therefore, I want to grow vegetables and herbs. And they'll fine you several $100s a day for doing it, because the town ordinance will say you cannot have a victory garden in front of your house. Well, whatever happened to owning your home? You don't really own it.
No, you rent it from the government, and we know that because you have to pay property tax, and if you don't pay property tax, they'll take your land, so you don't own it. I don't care if people grow a garden and have animals in the yard, as long as they keep trash. I can't stand litter. You know, these litter and trashy people. I can't stand that.
Well, you know, it's like you can't have an eyesore. Like obvious things are, you know, you can't have you can't get a permit to have a Bengal tiger in your yard. You can't you can't let your weeds and grass grow so high that vermin starts to accumulate. What else? There's a noise ordinance, which is only respectful for your neighbors. Certain things are obvious, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
what's wrong with if somebody wants to raise tomatoes or cucumbers in their yard?
hey, miscellaneous, how are you? Reviews. Yeah, what is the problem with deciding? Look, I don't want to. I'm sick and tired of mowing my lawn every week. I want to raise tomatoes and peppers and eggplant and what have you, and basil and whatever. And I want to do it. I want to do it in my front yard as well as my backyard.
Oh, James, talking about peppers. You want to see these backyard grown peppers that someone gave me?
Yeah.
He grew the peppers here in his yard. Okay. But nobody at work, no one else at work would try them because, people don't like to try anything natural. So hold on.
Yeah, some very kind people with gardens, they give Ronald Theriot some produce once in a while.
Yeah, so he brought it to work and he put it out so everybody could try it. And I told him, I said, nobody's going to try it. Because the first thing they're going to say is, it's hot, it's hot. But they are pretty hot. He said they weren't hot. He said they were more sweet, but I think they're more hot than sweet. But here's the bag. I got the bag.
Oh, wow. Oh, they look hot to me.
So here's the green peppers, but they're turning on. You see, they're turning red, like in the bag.
Yeah. Well, when they go from orange to red, the vitamin A and vitamin C content skyrockets.
So these are pretty hot. These are pretty hot. But here's what they look like when they're green. So they're green.
Yeah.
I don't know the name. I don't know the name of these peppers. So then he's also got these. Now check these out. He didn't know what they were. He just planted.
Oh wow, they're purple. I never seen purple hot peppers before.
No, neither me. I was fascinated by. So a whole bunch of these purple ones.
Yeah.
And they're really hot. Then in here he's got these things. These are not
Jason.
Too hot.
Yeah, Jason Cleveland. Welcome.
Hey, Jason. Now here's the next group.
Those are hot, man. They look like habaneros, or Scotch bonnets.
Look at the brilliant colors of these products.
Yeah. What? Yeah, they're pretty hot. And you're talking about fresh. Like I used to leave my hot peppers and pick them vine ripened. You talk about heat.
Yeah, and then he's got these little ones. I call them nubs. He's got all these little green ones. I'm going to show them your phone.
I don't have it. I always leave it at the front.
Now, here is these little dewdrops.
Yeah, that's what they are. And I bet they pack a lot of punch.
They're so tiny, but they don't come across tiny when you eat them.
Oh no.
I tell you what. I had some white navy beans and some beef sausage. What you call that? I can't remember the name of it. I'll get the name. And I put I chop one of those green peppers up into slices and put it in there with the yellow diced yellow onions.
Yeah.
That was a good lunch with some of that Hondureña cheese, which is hard as a brick. If you hit somebody in the head with, you'd kill them.
Well, when I made 6 quarts of homemade chili with beef, and venison, when my brother-in-law gave me a venison pot roast, I only needed like 3 vine ripened habanero peppers from my garden, because they were so powerful. They were so high on the Scoville unit that I tried using more than 3 one time, and all I could taste is fire. I mean, I want to be able to taste the food. But yeah, Commodore Jeff Zambell, I do miss the old days. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. No, these were called beef brats. Beef brats. And it's
Really?
funny that Ronnie S. It's funny that Ronnie S. left, because he's the one that told me about the hangout. And then I seasoned all of that concoction. I put this on it, and
well, he said he had to go.
Oh yeah, well that's a good reason.
Oh, look at that. Chipotle. I didn't know they make a Chipotle. All right.
I didn't either, but saw it at the store, and I figured I had a coupon, and I figured it wouldn't be a bad thing to try it. Smoked Chipotle peppers. So
wow. Nice. I know there's Chipotle, there's Poblano, there's really a whole host of chili peppers from in Mexican cuisine. The funny thing is, Ronnie S., he's the one that told me about all the subjects we were going to discuss, and he's telling, he told you, I think he told Gabriel, told Elias, and then he splits. What do you mean he's got to go? Unless his wife was nagging him to get off.
What are some of the topics? What are some of the topics? I'll engage you, but Oh,
all right. Let's see. I mentioned the part about Drizzly, about the problem I had with the mom and pop store, liquor store management. They were blaming Drizzly for my shipment not arriving, and that's why I wasn't on the pumpkin show last night, because my shipment.
Oh yeah, we missed you. And yeah, I know about these. You got me full screen. You might want to go to share screen.
Oh, okay. Oh,
hello everybody. I did the doggone and hello to your guests. I'm sorry for being rude. Talking about mom and pop stores. You're gonna like this story, James. Saturday, I went to this last week, a week ago. Not Saturday, a week. Yeah, Saturday. I went to this mom and pop store. No, it wasn't Saturday. It doesn't matter. Day doesn't matter. It was a Tuesday. I went there, and I asked the lady. We've been getting these little 50 milliliter airplane sample bottles.
Yeah.
So she has a whole array of them on the shelf. All these different, and they're way in the back. I couldn't see the price. So I asked her, I says, and she's Vietnamese. I says, hey, she said, yeah. That was how she said, hello, sir, may I help you? Yeah. I said, how much are these different liqueurs back here? What liqueur are you talking about? I said, well,
yeah, they yell. They go.
I said,
what liqueur you gonna talk about?
So I said, the ones you got on the shelf? Oh, I'm busy. I don't know price. You look up price on. She said, you look up price on list. So she had this paper list. She's telling me, I'm the customer. You look up price. So I say, well, what kind of store do you go to where you got to look up the price and no tag? So and then meanwhile, the line, there was nobody in line. I'm sitting there looking up the price, and there's like 50 people getting in line. I was like, what kind of store is this? So finally she says, I charge 99 cents for each bottle. I don't know price. I don't have time to look up price. 99 cents for each bottle. So I was like, what kind of craziness is this, but I don't know. I'm not used to that kind of customer service,
Well, you know what she sounds like? She sounds just like the Chinese guy on South Park cartoon that owns City Walk. But he can't pronounce City Walk. He calls it Chitty Walk. Yeah, it sounds just like that. It's incredible. I mean, you could the joke I made on your show. about, too bad you can't do that at a Mercedes or a Ferrari dealership.
Right. Oh, right. That's right. I told you that story already because you was mentioning.
Yeah. No, but it's a good one. I mean, but the thing with Drizzly, I was ready. I placed my order, and it went through. And the store that had the products that I ordered, because I when I order a beer that goes with the theme, I also try to order some Fandango Friday material.
Right.
So okay, so and I had some really good ones too that I want. So it didn't come. It didn't come. Hour after hour went by, nothing. So I went to find out what was going on, and the app didn't say anything. Usually they email you if there's a problem. I got nothing from Drizzly, which is located in Boston, Massachusetts. I got nothing from Drizzly. So then I finally called the store, and he's telling me, oh, I had to cancel 40 customers from 40 Drizzly orders because Drizzly is not working, blah, 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 blah. So he's blaming Drizzly. Drizzly, I got a hold of them, made a complaint. They contacted him. Then he says, oh, I don't have a driver today. What the Indian guy? What are you blaming Drizzly for? You don't have a driver. And I say, you're talking about the Dominican driver that speaks hardly any English, that doesn't want to come to my door and hand me my shipment, that wants me to go out in the street and retrieve my product. You're talking about that guy? Because you don't get discounts when it comes to liquor stores. So so he's blaming Drizzly for it, and I go, you know what? So Drizzly did the right thing and canceled my order. So I said, thank you very much, because I was going to be on a talk show and I was going to bring a pumpkin beer, a different pumpkin beer, but now I can't bring it. And then Eric Fraunfelter says to me, he sends me the link. He says, you mean to tell me you have no booze in the house? I says, yeah, Eric, I don't have no booze in the house because I'm really not a drinker. I just do it because I like hanging out with all you guys. And that's that. And I told him the story, and I wasn't on any show. But, there were some items I really was excited about getting. Not the pumpkin, but the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that was that. Now, I go to the Drizzly app, and all of a sudden, my address is wrong. It said a 377 underclip. It says like 282 underclip, something like that. So I reported it again. I says, so if I spend the money, it's going to go to somebody else, and they're going to grab my product on my dime. Oh boy, here we go again. I said, so, I mean, the good thing about me ordering pharmaceuticals is that CVS Caremark puts it in my locked mailbox. So unlike Walgreens that uses FedEx, and they left one of my prescriptions outside on the ground, and somebody stole it. And Walgreens says it's not our problem. Contact FedEx. I contact FedEx. They go, it's not our problem. Contact Walgreens again. So I says, what is this, a ping pong game here? I mean, they were too lazy to open the door and just throw it in the mailroom. That's all they had to do. But they don't want to do that. So anyway, Fandango Friday. Yes, it's Fandango Friday at 6:20 p.m. Eastern
6:30,
time.
Yeah, 6:30. 6:30. Yeah.
Or 6:30. Pumpkin Dunkin', pumpkin. No, not the pumpkin crawlers at and
Now
donuts
look,
at Dunkin' Donuts.
he's bringing up an interesting collaboration between a craft beer company called Harpoon, and they got in a collaboration with Dunkin' Donuts and made a Dunkin' pumpkin beer.
Oh wow, he doesn't even know that. What a coincidence. Yeah, there's actually a Dunkin' pumpkin beer because craft beer has become so darn popular these days that everybody's in on it, you know, and
yeah, it's a collaboration. They got a Dunkin' Donuts coffee mixed with pumpkin beer. Yeah.
no, he's talking about that limerick that I said one time. When the weather is hot and sticky, that's no time for Dunkin' Dicky. But when the frost is on the pumpkin, that's the time for Dickie Duncan. Yeah. Commodore says Harpoon Ale has a collaboration with Dunkin' Donuts. Thanks for telling me that, Ronnie. Yeah, you didn't even know it, Jeff Zambello. Now, Jeff Zambello is a competitive power lifter, kettlebell swinger, and the mace. He swings the mace at competition events. He is proof that a middle-aged person can still be a successful strength athlete, and he also rehabilitated his shoulder injury by himself without using a sports or orthopedic surgeon or a physical therapist. He did it totally on his own.
Sound like somebody I would not want to pick a fight with.
Nah, he's in pretty good shape. He's in pretty damn good shape. But he's been doing this for so many years. What did you say? I am a competitive scratcher of my scrotum. He's also a comedian. He's originally from Boston, Massachusetts, now resides in the maritime province of New Brunswick, Canada, where his wife is from, I believe, the maritime provinces. Let me see if I can remember the one. Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, right? New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island.
Yeah.
Did I get them all?
New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia. You know, the funny thing about Newfoundland, most people, you could win a contest on this. Newfoundland was not part of Canada. It was a British colony that barely voted to join Canada in 1949. It was a separate colony until 1949. The election came down like 52-48, and they joined Canada. But about half the people in Newfoundland said, no, we don't want to join Canada, you know. And the British flag was their provincial flag until 1980. That was the flag of their province. They wanted to stay English, but
yeah, you know, a lot of things are. It's not just a commercial seafood mecca. They also grow lots of potatoes, particularly russet potatoes. Every time I go to Whole Foods to get potatoes, the russets are 9 times out of 10 from the maritime provinces. And Jeff verified that. Also, smoked fish.
Yeah.
But Jeff told me that, unfortunately, the maritime provinces export most of their quality seafood, and the locals that live there have to pay a very high price for seafood.
Yeah, well, in France,
yeah,
in France they make cognac, but no French people don't drink cognac. And I think 99% of the cognac in France is exported. They don't drink it there. They don't drink. They send it to us.
Wow.
and to China.
Yeah, they.
China and Japan.
It's more profitable to. Who's that? Oh, that's you. It's more profitable to export their product, their local product, and that includes the lobsters that are now also Jeff Zambello. Nova Scotia is also a prime harvester of dulse. It's a very highly nutritious seaweed called dulse, D-U-L-S-E. Nova Scotia dulse is world famous. It's a I don't know if it's a purplish or brownish seafood. It's not green, but they also have it in Scotland. You know, they also harvest dulse. Probably maybe even Iceland too. But Nova Scotia is if you can get dulse, dried dulse tablets or capsules or however form you can get it, definitely include it into your diet because it is a powerhouse of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals.
Jason Cleveland's right. Saint Pierre and Miquelon Islands are French islands right off the coast of Canada, the last remaining part of New France. He's right. I'd like to try dulse.
Hold on. Let me catch up on all this.
Yeah, Saint Pierre and Miquelon.
Yeah. Red-haired women, Prince Edward Island, creamy, soft freckles. Oh, yeah, he likes redheads. Jeff Zambello is partial. My friend, my good buddy, Jimmy LaGuarrie, retired county cop, is also a redhead fanatic. It's a fanaticism that I really have nothing negative to say about because it's someone's preference in terms of the opposite gender. It's like subjective. It's like artwork.
Right.
I thought that Rodin and Van Gogh and who's the other guy? It looked like a child did it. Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, he's another famous.
Van
Gogh. Who's the other guy? Picasso. Some of Picasso's work.
Oh yeah.
You look at it. It looks like a child did it, but somebody decided it's a masterpiece. Same thing with women. Okay, Jason Cleveland say, how about Saint Pierre in Miquelon? The small islands off of Newfoundland that are the last piece of French territory in North America. Well, didn't Quebec wanted to secede from Canada a while ago?
In 1995, they had an election, but the vote failed.
Yeah, they were from and when I used to work with seafood for 10 years, I had a steady customer, a very nice lady from France, and she raised standard poodles, which are not French at all. It's actually a German breed of dog. Used for hunting, retrieving birds out of water. And they don't shed, by the way, for you people that are allergic to dogs. Anyway, I digress. She told me that the people of Quebec, French Canadians, were from Normandy originally.
That's probably so.
From Normandy. Jeff says, look at that. Most of our seafood is shipped to the United States, leaving none for us Canadians. Well, you got dual citizenship anyway, Jeff, right? Yeah. Jason, I love the beautiful women from Newfoundland. All right. Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying to maneuver on this phone. Jason says, I would love to visit there. It seems beautiful all around. Well, Jeff lives near the Bay of Fundy.
He probably has a lot of fun there.
Well, from what I understand, there's a lot of poverty in the maritime provinces, and they're economically,
Yeah, it's like Appalachia.
Yeah, so I don't know about fun. Maybe you can give us some history on Saint Pierre and Miquelon Islands. Oh, gee. I'm telling you, Jeff, you're a card. Yeah, I love to nibble on the creamy white freckled skin of my wife. But that's none of my business. What you do in the privates, like Archie Bunker would say, in the privates of your own dwelling. The Magdalene Islands are part of the territory. Quick, not a province. Really? Like.
Oh, you know, but these French people are funny. You know, they're funny people. They crack me up. French people crack me up so much. You know.
Oh boy, they sound like a pain in the ass to me.
They're so dramatic. Here's what the French people tell me. All right. I've been to three maritime provinces. We drove to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia, by the way. It was fun. But these French people tell me, we don't like being part of Canada. How would you like it? They tell me this. How would you like it if the people took over your country? And I told them, I said, Quebec is not an oppressed area of the world. You trying to make it sound like it's Ethiopia or Cambodia or something like that, you know. I said, what did the Canadians do to you in Quebec? Well, he couldn't think of anything to say. I said, right, they don't do anything to you.
Yeah.
So then he's going on and on about these English people. They do all these things to us. I said, look. I said, you know what's funny? Jacques or Rene or whatever his name was. Denis. Yeah, not Dennis, Denis. I said, you know what's funny? I said, let's just say France had won the Battle of Quebec in 1759 or 58, whatever it was, 59. I said, let's say France would have won. You want me to believe that the French, if they had taken over Canada, would have dual language and dual culture? Oh, no. If France would have won the war, what would be the case in Canada today? You know what it would be. Everybody must speak French because it's a better language. You know, they would be dictating, making everybody speak French. There wouldn't be no French and English together. Oh, no. The English people are too nice. They give in to these French people all the time. And then what happens when they give in to the French people? They act worse. I never heard I never heard more crybabies than these French people in Canada. Oh, they cry so much. What a bunch of crybabies.
Remember the old commercial when the French guy turns to the Statue of Liberty and says, "Haven't we given America enough?"
Yes,
you know, yeah, the Statue of Liberty. I mean, you know, I've been to Montreal, and it was a very clean city, and the people were really super nice to me. But my the girl I was living with, she had her family with us. With her, she's Colombian, and they were very rude to her and her family. But they kissed my ass big time. Maybe because I looked like them, you know. I was light, So, but they were really nice, and but they had squeegee people in Montreal. They were like these blonde young
yes.
females. Yeah, it's trying to squeeze you, but and I couldn't say too much with my girlfriend in the car, but in my mind I was saying, "Honey, squeegee to your heart's content." Oh yeah. It's but I never had croissants in Montreal. I had everything else, but I'm surprised I didn't have any.
We went to Quebec City. We went to Quebec City, and we drove through the countryside in Quebec province. We drove all through Quebec, and they don't speak English out there in the countryside. I mean, we stopped at a convenience store, and I asked the girl, I said, how much this bag of chips? Yo, they couldn't understand English at all. Now I know Louisiana people that used to take vacations to Canada so they could talk to people in French. They, because they could understand French. I don't.
Enjoy the Decline. Enjoy the Decline is here. Hello there, Enjoy the Decline. Now, Enjoy the Decline. If you ever decided to come on board with your webcam, would you decline on a recliner chair? Would you do it from a recliner? Because then you'll be Enjoy the Decline from a recliner.
Right.
Like Drewski Brewski does.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Except the quality of input, I think, from this guy would be
a little better, maybe a little better.
A little better.
You too. Thank you.
When you lived under
Friday.
the boot. When you.
I told you that.
Well,
I
James,
told you that the first day I met you.
I guess I better get going, but it was nice.
I wasn't kidding, was I?
It was nice seeing you and your friend, and I'm standing up right now. I got tired of sitting. And
okay, all right, and maybe the cat can be on the show next time.
Oh, that cat is so bad. I put the cat on Facebook. I put a video on Facebook today about that.
Yeah, I bet those Chinese takeout places would love that cat on the menu.
Oh no, they want it as a pet.
Yeah, I know. Anglo, what is he saying? When you've lived under the boot of the eternal Anglo for 400 years, you start to understand the French a bit more. Ron, you know that.
Well, no, I don't have any sympathy.
Hey, see you later, Arthur.
I don't have any sympathy because the French and the English were fighting over Quebec, and the French lost. As simple as that. And they just cry about it all the time. If they had won the war, they'd be going around, prancing around Canada talking about, you will speak French, you will speak the best language in the world. And they would not be looking to compromise in any way. No way. All right. Well, it's good seeing you.
All right. Now, I just want to say chicken katsu. You know what my grandfather used to say? Chicken chow meow and chow bow wow. But anyway,
egg foo meow.
Yeah, egg foo. Egg foo young. I wonder. I bet a lot of them were invented in Chinatown in the United States. A lot of those recipes we see in takeout places.
Well, I talked to a Chinese lady that owned Fongs, but they closed down because they all got so old and none of the children wanted to run it. But she said to me,
remember that?
Yeah, I was asking her. I said, hey, they call her Mama Fong. I said, hey, is the Chinese food different than the American Chinese food? She said, no. She said, no, it's the same thing. She said, but in China, they don't use gravy. No gravy. But America,
no gravy. We know use a gravy.
Right. She said in China, they're all dry. All the food dry. But America, they want gravy. So that's the only difference. So she claimed that all the dishes that they eat here is the same, except in China they eat it dry. In America, everything got to have sauce on it. You know, that's what she said.
So the sauce was invented here. And in Mexico, you know, like in Mexico, the only thing I really saw was like enchilada and the taco. Now, a lot of the food are Tex-Mex or California Mex. But you know they have a pastor taco in it's popular in Mexico City. But you know where the pastor came from? It came from Lebanese immigrants who make the gyros. You know, they have these cylindrical wheel of and they slice down vertically, and that's what the pastor style taco is. It's cut from that kind of meat because the Lebanese brought the concept of the gyro, or they make shawarma, which is kind of like a gyro.
Yeah, Lebanese, Cypriot, Syrian, Greek, Turkish food. It's all the same. You know, it's all the same thing. Yeah.
All right. Listen, I'll let you go. Which is funny when a company fires somebody. They sometimes say that we have to let you go.
Yeah, they don't have the guts to say we're going to fire you. Kind of like that movie Kramer versus Kramer. I love that scene where he's firing the guy, but he don't have the guts to say he wants to fire him. You know, he's like a little worm. He's like a little worm.
We got to let you go. All right, Chief. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow on Fandango Friday, which is from Ronald J. Thierry's YouTube channel.
Thank you. Y'all take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later. Get here.
Yo, come back now here. Okay, Jody declined. Thought that was amusing. Here is a link to Jay at Fong. Mama Fong. So Mama Fong, we use a no gravy. We use a no gravy in China, but in America, they want a gravy. So we use a gravy. Ooh. Commodore say, James, I'm very sorry about the Crow's Nest closing up after being in business for many years. Well, when I turned 18 years old, the first bar, because the legal drinking age back then was 18 years old, 18 years of age. And the first gin mill, the first bar I ever went to was the Crow's Nest. And it wasn't owned by Andy the Greek, you know, from the seafood wholesaling business. It was owned by somebody else, the original people. And they were famous for hot roast beef sandwiches on a hero. And they were damn good, sir. They used to put the drippings, what do they call that, with like what they do with prime rib, Anjou, the Anjou sauce, the Anjou. That's just a fancy way of saying fucking drippings. The juice and the fat combined, and you stir in flour and you have gravy. You have a gravy. Anyway, they had a real huge meat market discotheque crowd there, and that was the first place I ever went to when I turned 18. That's that we're talking about. Let me think. We're talking about 1976. 1976. The spirit of 76, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they have didn't America have the bicentennial, where it was a national celebration? There was a big celebration. I think it was the bicentennial, where they had actual sailing, old-time sailing vessels, clipper ships going up the Hudson River from the New York Harbor. Can you imagine? That must have been a photographer's dream. But now, because of the greed of the Greek, Andy, he and the fact that his sons, as well as many other sons today of family businesses, do not want to continue it because of the brutal work schedule of the restaurant industry as well as retail. You have to marry your job. You have very little, if any, leisure time. And today's generation they want to have fun. Like when Cyndi Lauper sang, girls just want to have fun. I don't blame them. It's pretty brutal. I would say restaurant business is worse than retail. I'm very happy that you were able to put your lovely avatar with no problem at all. Now, isn't this better than that circle, that ridiculous crap that? That's it. So I'm right. The year of the American bicentennial. The tall ships in Boston Harbor. Well, Boston Harbor, there are two old Ironsides. Boston Harbor, I believe, has the U.S. Constitution, and the Inner Harbor in Baltimore has the U.S. Constellation. I believe that's unless it's the other way around, but I think I'm right. Constitution, Constellation. There's only two in existence, old Ironsides. And Mystic Seaport in Mystic, Connecticut has the balance of all the other old-time ships, including the only existing whaling ship, the Charles W. Morgan, is in Mystic Seaport, which is on the Mystic River. Arr, arr. Cyndi Lauper, girls just want to have fun, yes. Yes, I can. I think it's time for, I'm ready for halftime entertainment. Lobster, chowder. You know, I'm one of the few people that can eat raw whole hog on a half shell. A lot of people, they're like babies. They go, oh, it's too strong. Oh, the flavor is too strong for me. Ugh. Get out of here. I love it. I relish the strong taste. I can eat a chowder clam, whole hog with no problem. Squeeze a wedge of lemon, put some hot sauce on it, or shrimp crotch tail sauce. Crotch tail sauce, which is nothing but ketchup and horseradish. That's right. James, I miss Mr. Lobster from. Oh, that poor thing. You know what happened? It got rusty. If I knew he would get rusty outside, you know, the spring that made him move. If I knew he would get rusty, I got that from the Dollar Tree, I would have never put him outside. And he would be with me today. I would have stuck him in one of my houseplant pots. If I ever, well, it's too late now because they only come out in the springtime. But this coming spring, if I ever see him again at the Dollar Tree, I'm going to grab it. They also had a Mr. Crab, Granja in Italian. or in Spanish, congrejo. No, no, it's not. Definitely not prepared for the African drum. But I have the bosun's whistle, and you know, but I think it's time that we talk about the scammers out there, the scammers, the physical fitness scammers and charlatans out there that how can I put this? That sucker people into parting with their hard-earned money, giving physical fitness seminars involving rotational training, circular training, that do nothing but make the students warm up for a long time until they pass out from losing electrolyte minerals and dehydration, and just tell stories and jokes and pace back and forth and collect several $100s from these poor suckers. And it's like an infomercial. It's like an absolute infomercial. It's nothing but robbery, highway robbery, but they're very obvious. And you know, we can't expect everyone to be streetwise and smart like us. There's a sucker born every minute, like P.T. Barnum once said. And what I think is worse are the people that are in business not only to do seminars, but to manufacture the rotational devices like Indian clubs, Persian meals. One in particular, Rosewater Kinetics. Rosewater Kinetics. The guy who brags that he's a veteran, Mike Rominsky, that gets his wood for free in the Idaho forests, or maybe by the roadside. And the marketing scam that was designed and implemented by a short British man now living in Perth, Australia, by the name of, I will just give a hint, I will give his nickname only, Tear Ass. Mr. Tear Ass obviously chose Mike Rominsky because Mike Rominsky gets his wood for free, and being that Mike Rominsky is a hillbilly that produces podcasts that I swear more sense is made by watching an episode of Hee Haw than watching his podcast. And he came out with an autographed series of Persian meals using poor quality wood that cracks early, veteran owned. It cracks very early, very soon, and charging several $100s for a light, and I repeat, light pair of these clubs, several $100s, defective wood, just because it has the signature etched into the wood by this relatively no-name, greedy little prick named Terraz, and the other feminist female with penis envy from Connecticut, New Jersey. I'm sorry, Connecticut, USA, the state of Connecticut. This man-hating feminist who wishes she had a penis and a pair of testicles. All right. And her signature, she's another no-name fitness celebrity wannabe. And the whole marketing scam by Mr. Terraz also command a high price for her club's autograph series. Meanwhile, if you walk into any gymnasium in America and ask any of the people in the gym, have you heard of Kelly Calzone? I'm sorry, Kelly Manzone? Or have you heard of Paul Tear Ass Wolkowinski? Or have you heard of Rick Brown? Or have you heard of the man that swings the black steel dildo, Mr. Hobbeats? Or have you heard of Paul Gray? They would guarantee, they would look at you with a blank stare and say, who the hell are these people? Seriously. And they had the nerve to want several $100s. And a friend of mine purchased a pair. Now, this is a loadable Bulgarian bag. It's not what they call sandbag, because they're different. There's a difference between the product they call the sandbag and the Bulgarian bag. Actually, I think that's a good idea. That you did that. I will only order a heavier Bulgarian bag when I am technically proficient. Now, is this a pre-weighted Bulgarian bag, or is it a loadable one? Because there's a reason why. And is it a Bulgarian bag? You know, the one that looks like a bloodwurst, a sausage, with with the handles on the end, or is it a sandbag? Please specify. Hey, Sid, you missed a great show. Nah, you totally, yeah. How you doing? We had a lot of heavy-duty talk. Sorry you missed it. So, Jeff Zambello, please specify as to exactly what you ordered, and I'll just leave this. I'll leave this as the end of the show before I sign off. Is it a sandbag or Bulgarian bag? Yeah, it was a good show, Sid. Next time, join us Sunday for Keto King's beer and barbecue banter. I will be on with BC Beer Reviews, and we'll have some pretty good man cave guy talk between showing the meat on BC's wonderful smoker grill, as we usually do. It starts at 3 p.m. Eastern Time Sunday, and it's a relatively long show, so definitely try to hop on ahead of time. Hopefully, Fart Doctor can be there because he has some great consumer stories to tell. Okay. Sid said, have you ever watched Steve Haka? He's talking about the forced loneliness. Well, let me take a wild guess and say that the forced loneliness was caused by the man-hating feminist movement and the fact that they use our higher testosterone level, thus higher sex drive, against us to manipulate men. Let me know if my assumption is correct, but save it for Sunday. Remember, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And I think I salute the Boston Red Sox. I think game 6, if I'm not correct. Wait a minute. Game 4, or is it game 4? I lose track. I think the next game is Friday against the Houston Astros. So I salute the Boston Red Sox. It's about how most men don't have many friends now, and female hypergamy is causing most men to become incel. I'm not familiar with that word, but you know what? Bring it on down Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, don't worry, Sid. Just save this information. Save this information for Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, getting back to Commodore Jeff Zambello, what exactly did you order? Number 1, is it a Bulgarian bag or is it a sandbag? Yeah, put it in your smartphone notepad there, your cyber notepad, as a reminder. And if you have a calendar, put it in your calendar that when we're going to be on. All right. Oh, celibacy, involuntary celibacy, or with the men going their own way, red pill guys, it could very well also be voluntary celibacy, as to not be abused by today's modern power-hungry women. Okay. All right. Getting back to Commodore Jeff Zambello, what exactly did you order? Is it a sandbag or a Bulgarian bag? Bulgarian bag is wide in the middle, like a sausage, like a big fat sausage, and it has 2 handles on the end. The sandbag is not designed that way. Beep, 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 beep. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Now we have maximum people watching the show. Why couldn't they be here at the beginning when we had a full house and we were hammering away at all the topics? Oh, okay. Jeff Zambello, once more. Did you order a? Oh, here we go. the Bulgarian bag that I ordered is several $100s and genuine leather. Oh, you ordered a super deluxe one, but it's a Bulgarian bag, right? It's got the handles on the end and it's broad in the middle. Okay, I just want to establish that it's not and okay. The second question: is it loadable or is it pre-weighted? In other words, can you go to the beach and pour sand in it and make it as heavy as you want? Sand or pebbles, or go where you work at a rock quarry, and put nuggets of granite in it, or all that jazz. It's preloaded at 11 pounds and sewn up. So I take it that the cost, a lot of the cost is the high quality leather. Now, my suggestion to you, being that you already ordered it, is you go to a shoe store and get a bottle of either mink oil or some kind of leather conditioner. Personally, I like mink oil because it's natural. It waterproofs the leather, and it conditions it. It makes it moist, supple, and soft. Prevents it from cracking, because leather has a tendency over years to crack. It can dry out. The preloaded genuine leather Bulgarian bags go up in increments to 84 pounds. Is it too late for you to get a heavier one? Like a 30 pounder? Yeah, remember no, he doesn't do steroids. No, he's all natural. Now, he's an all natural power strength training competitor. Yeah, so you go get some. Yeah, I would have gotten being that you're using two hands at the same time, I would have gotten 30 pounds. But yeah, go get a bottle of mink oil, and that Bulgarian bag will last for generations. There you go. Anyway, actually, Kent Thiessen always spoke very highly of the Bulgarian bag. He liked it even better than the kettlebell. Actually, he says it's his go-to. It's his go-to piece of exercise equipment, exercise tool. But of course, he made a homemade one. He went and got a, inner tube from a truck tire, and he filled it up with sand. And I think he got cable ties, and tied the ends to make the handles. Well, you got to cut the tube first. You got to cut a space in it. So you have like a big U, you know? Hey, Sid, you fucking keyboard tough guy, shut the fuck up. All right. On that note, I am going to sign off. Well, usually people that don't work out or who are not into strength training usually use the steroid subject as a way. Oh yeah, enjoy the decline. 3 p.m. Eastern time for beer and barbecue banter. Okay. Well, he just brought up the subject in general. The subject of steroids. Well, we're anti sports enhancement drugs. We are a proponent of a long life of healthy, quality physical fitness, and not short-term results. Yeah, well, maybe it was a misunderstanding. All right. Anyway, I have to go to the men's room very badly. I have to eat lunch, and I might as well sign off with the bosun's whistle. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It was a fun show. It's been a blast. The person who wanted to do the show, spur of the moment, Ronnie S, he had a split early. And he's the one that told me, let's do a show, let's do a show, let's do a show, let's do a show. Okay. Anyway, that's it. I might be going to the sushi place, all you can eat Saturday, and going live there. I might. I haven't made up my mind. All right, that's enough. I might be going there in the early afternoon Saturday. Maybe.